What's going on, everyone? This is Sheets, and I guess the good news is I'm that I think we might be out of storage on StreamYard as far as like the amount of content that we're doing. So we have to free up some space uh, to let these things get saved. Hold on. Okay. So anyway, this is Sheets, and I'm going to be going over a bunch of stuff today. We're going to do the MLB, which is an abbreviated start time at 6:45. So I'm going to get moving on that for DraftKings. And then on FanDuel, we have an extra 15 minutes for that. Fortunately, it looks like, if not all of them, most of the lineups are in. So what I'm building right now is probably what I'm going to keep, at least until the slate locks. Then we'll talk about the NBA a little bit. Again, we're winding down into the playoffs, but it's been actually pretty tame. I mean, we just kind of know what to expect. At this point, you're not going to get big surprises. The tanking teams continue to tank. The playoff teams are starting to really rest their guys, with the exception of maybe a couple of guys going for some bonuses or something like that. But aside from that, it looks as though we're sort of we're getting ready. You know what I mean? Like the NBA is playable but not exciting. But the playoffs, when they come, is going to be pretty cool. Because we're going to have everybody playing full minutes. That's healthy, and we're just going to see what happens. That's when you get to see guys like Donovan Mitchell and Devin Booker and whoever, guys like that just kind of take over games. Guys that had, 23, 25% usage during the regular season can get up to 30, 35, and sometimes even more when that happens. So let me add Bobby to the stage. Hey, what's up, Bobby?
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, yeah, I got this note. I guess this is good news. I got this note when I launched this. Says, hey, if you want to, if this is going to save into your thing, you have to free up some more storage. I guess that means you've been doing a lot of recordings.
Nice.
And the best part about it is there's nothing to do with me. I just put it into Discord, let those guys freaking handle it. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
You don't have to tell XYZ about it. You know what I mean? They're just going to take care of all of it. Absolutely. So I was saying that there's three things I'm going to do. There's two different slates, really. I mean, there's the DraftKings slate that starts at 6:45, and then there's the FanDuel slate that starts at 7. And then I'm building NHL. I'll talk a little bit the NBA or whatever. I figure we'll get out of here at 6:45.
Sure.
Seems to be the planuski.
Just remember that it's 6:45 starting time for baseball on DraftKings.
That's what I just said.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I literally just said that sentence.
I heard everything else you said but that. I missed that.
I said, everybody just remember it's a 6:45 start time for DraftKings. Yeah. So we're going to do that first. Then we're going to do FanDuel, which starts at 7 o'clock. And then we're going to do so I figure we get here by 6:45. I'm telling you, this is how I launch into dementia. It's like saying something, then hearing it said back to me like I never said it before. This is what happens in my house, by the way, except the opposite. Like Stacey will say something, then I'll ask the exact question she just answered. So I'm used to it. Don't worry about it. Okay, so it looks as though most, if not all, of the lineups are in order here. I think. So what do we like DraftKings as far as stacks go? It looks as though it's the Astros again. That's the story.
I mean, yeah, I'm only playing a couple of hand-built lineups, so I'm not going to play the Astros, but I don't mind them as like a side stack, like a 3-man or something. Actually, I think that it's weird that there's not more ownership on Colorado from what I'm seeing right now. That's sort of surprising to me because it doesn't feel like there's like a lot of really natural stacks outside of Colorado. So the Yankees are the other one, but they're expensive. So even they can't be that crazy owned. So I'm a little surprised that, I'm kind of curious where the ownership really ends up in this one, I guess is what I'm saying.
See, the way I have these guys, right, I I mean, the Astros rated first. I mean, forget ownership for a minute, and then I have Colorado second. And I agree with you. I think it's very interesting that I see Colorado like literally half the ownership.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, I have actually a tie between the Yankees and Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
As far as just like overall, but neither of those I have lower owned than Colorado. I have Colorado lower owned than both Atlanta and the Yankees, which is a little, like you said, it's a little bizarre. But then what's even cooler, I think, is that when you drop down the next group, like nobody's playing these guys. Like I have like Tampa next, and then even like the Cardinals. You know what I mean? These teams are getting nothing.
Yeah. So the thing is, Tampa on a big slate. You know, my old thing, like you do have some pinch hit risk, which just always happens with Tampa, at least usually in most years. But like, you know, Fraley batting third, not necessarily going to stay in the game the whole time. Chandler Simpson more likely to, Cedric Mullins more likely to, but there's a chance they all could get platooned. So even if you stack them, it's not like, and it's also like not a good hitter's park. Cubs bullpen TBD for right now. Nothing to worry about. Like I'm not worried about Assad exactly, but I don't know. It's a tricky slate for this many games, right? Like, I mean,
well,
honestly,
look at the. I mean, look at the pitching. I mean, we got Skubal and Crochet right at the top.
There's a lot of good pitching.
But then you have these then you have you have a very very cheap Nick Pivetta at 77.
He didn't even make my list.
Okay, he's my third best value.
Interesting.
Yeah, at 7,700. I mean,
I'm
not talking about pure like whatever fantasy points, but obviously whatever.
That's very very fair. I actually don't know why I didn't register him, but I should.
And then like a whole bunch of guys like my guy, but like probably the only Yankee I like Cam Schlittler. It's like
he's awesome.
Yeah, so he's good 8,500. But then like you have like raw points because obviously like you know between Skeens, Mizorowski, even Yamamoto. I mean, they're guys that can pitch on this slate, but I currently like again I did builds already. I currently am actually getting like the top guys. Like I'm getting like 48% Skubal, for example, and then Crochet. So not a lot of earth shattering pitching, but then I have to say I am getting Pivetta next. So I'm getting 27% Pivetta, followed by Robbie Ray. So those are my top four as far as my ownerships go. And I'm playing 102 lineups total.
Ray has been good against these guys, and you know, he's not getting any ownership really, so I don't mind it. But like if there was any popularity going towards Rage Night, I just think it's the right kind of slate where you just leave it alone. You don't touch him. That would be me. But again, he's actually surprisingly, and there's a lot of lefties in Philly, so I guess it makes some sense. But it's just such a grind with him. You never know how many guys he's going to walk. And Philly's got like some patient guys. Like it just feels like a tough thing. But then again, I'm going to make a case for a guy that like two guys that no one else wants to play, and I really like. Alcantara, I think he's back. The problem is he's not like a high strikeout guy. Like he did throw a complete game shutout in his last start, and he did it in 93 pitches. But I mean, if you look at, I think he's the highest scoring pitcher of the season so far, right? Alcantara.
Is that true?
Yeah, through his first two starts, he's got 43, 42, and 26. But they were against the White Sox and Rockies. But the Reds on the road with the massive park downgrade, you know, that's kind of interesting. Texas seems to be treated like it's like old Texas. I don't know why George Kirby is all of a sudden not in play. These are the guys who I had a little bit higher, I guess. I think Pivetta makes some sense because it's cold in Pittsburgh. I do worry about how many pitches he's going to throw sometimes, and also he can get himself in trouble with that. Well, I guess he's got the leash, but I just get worried about him in general, just on these big slates. But 7,700, and I actually have him as one of the higher probable pitch counts.
See,
so maybe he's a better play than I initially thought.
See, here's the thing. Like again, we're not really like as much in bed with SaberSim officially anymore. But I still deal with this whole idea about how much leverage to go for versus how much kind of good plays to go for, depending on different settings. So like if I just kind of like just sit back and say, okay, manage the portfolio, like reasonably, I'm getting Astros, Colorado, and Yankees, and literally the teams I mentioned, the Braves, then the Cardinals or whatever. But when I change the setting to say, you know what, F that, just give me the highest ROI stacks. What do you think I'm getting?
If you're just getting the highest ROI stacks?
Yeah.
Well, I know who mine is, but let's see.
I'll tell you, I'm getting 50% Cincinnati.
That was going to be the. I was going to guess Miami. Actually, I was going to guess the other side of that game.
And then after that was actually the Dodgers.
I love the Dodgers, and look. Gausman has been good against the Dodgers. He's faced them enough times now, but like that doesn't. I just think like when you get this team at low ownership, I mean, you just kind of have to go with it. Like I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's superstars everywhere you look. 1 through 9. I mean, you got guys batting 7th and 8th who were like all-stars, like, all-star level guys. If you are a BVP fan, by the way, Muncy is, I believe, if memory serves, he's crushed Pivetta. I mean, he's crushed Gausman before. But that's interesting. So that's my issue with also Alcantara, like with the idea of like getting it's just wild to me. I mean, you have a team with a 3-run total. That's interesting. 3.5, I guess.
But I might do it in the lottery. You know what I mean?
Sure,
I really might. I really might.
I think it's no. I mean,
maybe that's the way to handle it. Is really like 2017 play. You know what I mean? Just like in the big buy-ins, play more conservatively. In the lottery, play more aggressive. I don't know.
Yeah. I think that's totally fair. It's the thing with Alcantara, even when he was bad, that made it a little bit hard at times. Was that his walks came up, but he used to, like, before all of this happened. So I'm treating Alcantara like remember 2 years ago or whatever, it was only 2 years ago, I think, he was one of the best 10 or 15 pitchers in baseball. And the Reds on the road is not a spot I would have a problem attacking. So that's my argument for him. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking at some of these other things like Pivetta on the lower end, because a lot of this, if you want to play Houston, if you want to play the Yankees, you're going to need to save somewhere. And they do have, like, there are some cheap bats I always say you can find some, and there are some, but like Houston doesn't have any.
No, they sure don't.
If you want to play, you could play the Yankees, but I don't want to play the Yankees without Judge, like, particularly. I mean, it's you never know, but like, that doesn't sound great to me. And so I don't really. So you're going to need. I guess you do have a cheap bottom of the order for the Yankees that you've got going for you, but that's about it. So it feels like a weird one. I'm still having to decide. Oh, and Mizorowski, that's the other one. Are we overthinking this? Like it feels like Mizorowski, Schlittler, if you're saving, and it feels like Skubal, Crochet if you're not. And it's just very weird that no one's going to play Paul Skeens, or not no one, but when did we see Paul Skeens 10% owned on any slate? Even against the Dodgers last year, he was like 25% owned every time.
Right.
I just don't. I'm not used to seeing that with Skeens. I feel like there's too much recent, perception that might be throwing it off. But then again, I don't think Skeens is going to regress in a major way. I know he had a bad first start against the Mets. That was really just one bad inning.
Yeah.
And then his next game out against the aforementioned what's it called? He was fine.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There is a slew of just good pitching, and I honestly wouldn't fault you for like basically playing any of these guys tonight. Like I honestly looking all the way down, there's not what like Reynaldo Lopez on other slates, we would be using him at 7,500 here. Like, but you just don't need to. But I'm not saying he can't outscore these other guys. It's just you really don't need to. You could throw in. You would have some Taj Bradley if you're multi-entering 100%. You would, because there's upside against a Detroit team in cold weather, and like nobody's playing any of these guys. So it really depends on how much risk you want to tolerate. Because I think going all the way down to like even Andrew Abbott at 7K and 7,300 Taj Bradley, like. That would not surprise me one bit if those were the highest scoring pitchers, especially Bradley, like, or Pivetta even for that matter. So I don't know. I'm not going to let anything. I'm hand building everything. But I'm sort of content to just like get the stacks I want to go in and then figure out what I want to do with pitching at the end. Because I do think that there's massive upside for those guys. And yeah, it's scary not to play Skubal. Minnesota faces him a lot if you want to find a reason to get away from it. Crochet is the one I'd be a little bit more afraid to fade on DraftKings. But Mizorowski has like the same ceiling as these guys just because he's in Boston, but it's 40 degrees in Boston.
Yeah.
You got to hit the ball. You know, he's got the same strikeout prop as Skubal and Crochet does. Schlittler, like, just seems like Schlittler, I think, is going to be the highest owned pitcher. I would imagine. But again, I just don't think I kind of wish I was max entering tonight because I could have some fun with some of these 10, get 10% of guys like, or maybe 15% of Taj Bradley. And
where's what's his name? Where's our man K9 Bronco to talk us into the A's tonight?
Yeah. That would be quite one to talk into against
it's 40 degrees here, by the way.
Oh yeah, and the cold. It's rough. And just Schlittler is tough to hit. Like he's the kind of DFS guys we want. So same thing with Mizorowski. And by the way, it's funny because we have like Crochet and what's his name at the top, Skubal, and like you have like the next generation of Crochet and Skubal with Mizorowski and Schlittler. It's like that's sort of how I see this slate actually breaking down. I really like the Dodgers as a pivot stack, but look, people might be bored of it or whatever, or they might think it's just me being a homer.
They just put up 10 runs every game. What do you mean?
Every game they score 1 million runs, and by the way, they've scored 70% of their runs on home runs this season. Like this team hits home runs, they walk, they do everything you want in the stack. They even have guys who steal bases now. And no Mookie means you have some cheap access to certain at bats there. Obviously, Shohei is completely on fire again. Really sad not to see Dalton Rushing in the lineup though today. I know.
How did he keep him out of the lineup?
Because Will Smith is like the best catcher in baseball.
Well, put him first base. Do something.
Freddie Freeman is one of the best first basemen in baseball. They have no room.
Put him in the American League. Get him. No, actually, he could be DH, can't he?
No, Shohei.
Ugh, great.
It's really hard to find a spot. And they have this kid in AAA, by the way, who is like the next superstar of all superstars. He's hitting like 600.
Oh my God.
And he's just a monster. And they just have, where are they going to put any of these guys? They need to turn some of them into like infielders or something, because we can use a third baseman, a second baseman, and shortstop until Mookie gets back. And that's the only positions you can really talk about. Because
how's their pitching this year? What are they to win the World Series? Like even money? I mean, like
they're the best odds of any team ever to start the season. I know that, and I can't imagine it's gotten any worse. Yeah, I mean, it's a loaded team. Tonight, look, there may be a dud night coming. Tonight might be the
obviously
one.
They can't score 10 runs a game, but I mean,
yeah,
until they're all 6K, how do you just not keep playing them? I mean, like,
yeah.
I mean, some of them are 6K, but not all of them, right?
No, you've got reasonable, like, I mean, Pages, who's been by far, Pages could be 6K right now, and I'd be playing him. He's the hottest hitter in baseball. He's been the best hitter in baseball so far this season.
Do they have anybody under 4K or no?
Yeah, they're super cheap at the bottom. You've got Freeland, who's 2,900, Rojas, who's 2,600, Muncy's 3,900. Those are the three cheapest.
Muncy 3,900. That's rough.
What's wrong with Muncy?
Nothing. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I know, but I mean, Pages is 4,300, Teoscar is 4,400, like Freeman is 45. Their pricing just has not assimilated. They got off to a terrible start outside of Pages. And I hope everybody remembers I said this about Pages 2 years ago. Like I've been on this Pages train for a long time before anybody else knew who he was. And all of a sudden, like, he's looking like the best hitter in baseball right now. Yeah. So anyway, I get very excited talking about my Dodgers, but that's what I'm considering doing. And I do think, we talked about it last time on FanDuel. Like, it doesn't matter because you can only play 4, but I think you can play 4 2-2s and 4 3s or whatever. 4 4s would be ideal. But on DraftKings, I don't think I would play maybe in the 250 or something, a smaller field where I think maybe you could play a 4-4, but I don't think you should be looking outside of 5-man stacks tonight. I think you're hoping you hit the right ones. If you're going to play a 4-man, like, play it with Houston or Colorado, because that's the only way that I can find, especially Houston. Like, I just don't know how you can play on a 12-game slate a team that's going to be I don't care what the ownership says. I know that they have expensive bets. People are going to play them they're going to be like a 30% owned stack on a 12-game slate. And I just think like game theory wise, you just can't do that. That's just my take. Of course, they're probably going to score like 50 runs tonight, but so be it.
Yeah, but I mean, like, even if they score 50 runs, that might not be good enough. I mean,
I know. And part of the problem with the Dodgers, by the way, if there's one thing to knock on them, we lost like an at bat for at least one or two at bats for Paez, an at bat for most of the line because everybody got taken out of the game. They were up by so much, Miguel Rojas pitching at the end. All right, what else is here? Let's see. I'm taking a look. See, like Yankees were my initial thought as a pivot off of the chalk, but that's that now. That is, like you said, from what I'm seeing too, they're going to be more popular than Colorado, and I think I would just rather play Colorado. But I do like the Yankees. I'm getting mixed. I'm looking at a few different sites here, so help me out with the Yankees a little bit. Are they going to be low owned? Because now I'm looking over somewhere else, and they've got them low owned.
There's no way. I just can't imagine.
I just want to look and like eliminate pitchers and see who I've got as the most owned in a couple of these sites here. Let's see. It's all going to be Houston. Then
what do you think of What do you think of the Cubs?
St. Louis. Ugh. Yeah, sure. throw them in the mix. I don't know. Maybe that isn't a bad idea. You do have like a bullpen-ish game, one of those famous. I don't love the bullpen games. It's never my favorite. But yeah, low ownership, powerful offense. Sure. I have no problem with them. They don't like stand out to me. Bad hitting weather in Washington and St. Louis. Those are two teams. If you just turn the wind around, I would be playing both of these teams, but I can't do it with the wind coming in and it being so cold. I think it's Rockies, Dodgers, Braves. Even the Braves have some. Well, the Braves ownership isn't that crazy, but it's not like Kikuchi is like. I mean, these things is like maybe he is bad again. He's been bad in his first two starts, but they were not easy starts he had. Neither is the Braves necessarily. So I don't know, man. It's weird to have a night where there's so much pitching and there's just like no stack that really stands out outside of the obvious ones.
What do you think of Burrows?
Which one? Which Burrows?
The one in Colorado.
Well, I want to play Colorado, so
no, I know. I get it.
I think if you're not playing Colorado, like I think just because of how good the pitching slate is, you don't have to do it. But if it was yesterday, I probably would have considered it.
Is he any good?
I don't know a ton about him. He looked really good in his first start. I know that like he's basically never thrown more than I think he threw 90 pitches once.
Gave up 9 hits in his first start against the Astros.
Yeah. He was
5 hits against
against the Angels. Yeah,
6 strikeouts and a couple of I don't know.
Yeah, it feels a little reachy to me on this because there's so much pitching on this slate.
Yeah,
and also we have to stay on brand here a little bit. I've got to try to not go against Kyle Freeland if I can.
Oh, it's Freeland tonight? Oh, what are we doing?
Yeah, we can't. That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
what the hell are we doing? Who's taking the Astros?
Yeah, we're not playing 5-man Astro stacks.
Oh my God.
I'll tell you one guy that you should like if you're like playing a cash game or you're a smaller field tournament. I do think Paredes is the best option at third base by so much.
Who?
Isaac Paredes.
Oh wow.
I love this guy, and I
thought he was like my invention a few years ago.
No, he can play Paredes.
No, I know he can. I've been on him for a while. I didn't even know that he got good again.
No, he hasn't done much this year, but but I believe in the swing, and I believe in anybody who comes up through Tampa. Everybody turns out to be a hitter. It seems like.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's.
Are they still sharp, Tampa?
What's that?
Are they still sharp?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. Every year it feels like the same thing to me. They're just solid, you know?
I mean, do they have like the same like organization? You know what I mean? Is it this? I haven't really like
Yeah.
followed it. You know, like are they like still like do all the right things and like
Yeah.
you know and
Yeah. It's just they don't get talked about very much because you got the Yankees and Red Sox. It's a tough division, obviously. So like you're not going to hear their name as much, and they're probably not going to win the division, but they're certainly solid.
right. No, but I mean, do they still have that tricky like management? You know what I mean? That like that always like knows like what bullpen guy to throw in like the sixth inning and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they're even using the opener thing tonight. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I guess he might pitch long enough to not be considered an opener, but I don't think he's going more than 4 innings. But yeah, I think that they're still the same ish team,
Yeah.
at least to start the year. Until I'm treating them that way anyway. I haven't heard anything different. But yeah, let me see real quick. Paredes and Muncy. Muncy would be the other third baseman that I really want to get. But yeah, the Houston. Let me just take a look here. I mean, we also didn't even mention Christopher Sanchez, who, when he's on, looks like the best pitcher in baseball. Like, he's really good. Yeah, I mean, dude, this ownership is. It just seems.
Maybe we should just like just close our eyes, just play the Dodgers.
Yeah, I think that seems like the right thing to do.
Play the Dodgers.
Yeah.
I mean, yesterday I just like okay, like this is like a couple of times in a row. Like the Dodgers I didn't build live. Like a couple of days before that, like I literally I think I literally built the nuts on FanDuel Live. And that's
really?
Yeah, it was like crazy. I played like Ciccone from the Indians as pitcher, and then all these Pittsburgh guys, and they all like, you know what I mean? And I said, just to give you an idea of like what you could play. And I think it ended up being the nuts.
That's sick. That's crazy. I'm
gonna rerun this. I want to see if they can't get. If I'm still gonna get all these reds if I decide to do this. Still got 13 minutes before I have to decide that thing.
I mean, I love picking on Savale. That's the one thing about the Yankees. But he's looked really good in his, or at least he's looked a lot better in his first 2 starts. Let me just see. This ownership, I just can't buy it. I'm not buying any of this stuff.
What you mean, like the Yankees? You mean?
I just think it's higher than the places I'm looking. I can't imagine. I guess it is because they're so expensive, but I just thought people would find a way. But I think that generally, like, people want to play those top pitchers, so I guess that's why. Yeah, if you play the Yankees, like, make sure to include Bellinger. Maybe play Bellinger instead of Grisham, because Grisham should be a lot more popular.
Okay.
Leading off at 3,800. At least that's what I have right now. And then, you know, but still, like, I think I'm going to be on the Dodgers and Rockies, and I think that's sort of going to be it for me.
What about
in Atlanta, maybe?
Atlanta, yeah.
Atlanta's got they've got like guys I want, but they don't like. It's not like I think Kikuchi is all so terrible, but like Riley, Acuna, Albies, all those plays are excellent.
Right.
So. And I'm not buying that nobody's going to play these Rockies. I still think they're going to end up lower owned than they. I don't know. Should is a funny word, but like, I don't know. I mean, you've got a 2,600 first baseman batting third in Julien. Yes, there's some pinch hit risk because that's the nature of guys like that. But he's 2,600 batting third for the Rockies and Coors. Like, that's kind of rough to avoid that. I mean, it feels like a cash game you play, and like, no one's doing that. I don't know. Close to it anyway.
Let me see again. I just redid, and then we'll have a chance to breathe here. I just want to just be transparent. I just want to I decided that what I was going to do, just like old school, not even old school, like new school. I just reran everything, and then I made my rules. I entered it, and now I'm not going to look and see what I have. Alec Baum is out, by the way.
Baum is out. Okay, of the Philly lineup. Okay.
If that
good to know.
Yeah, I am going to look. So right now, I'll just let you guys know. So my exposures, first of all, pitching wise on DraftKings. Wow, just the way you said it, huh? So my second highest owned pitcher, just like you put it out into the universe, is the aforementioned Christopher Sanchez.
There it is.
There it is.
I like it.
And then as far as stacks go, yeah, I'm doing it, dude.
Yeah.
So here are my top owned. You ready? Top owned, this is like lottery stuff. This is legit. Like this is the way when I used to like really win every day, like hundreds, millions. 38% Reds, 34% Brewers. Thank you very much.
There it is.
There you have it.
Yeah, just go with it. And why not?
There you have it. That's in lottery. I don't know what I have in the.
Wow. The Brewers against Crochet in the cold. Hey, look, it happens. It's baseball. You know, anything's possible.
Lottery, anything is possible. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't want to look. I'm pretty sure I probably have Crochet in my big buy-in.
Probably have Crochet.
Pretty sure.
Okay.
I mean, I'm guessing I do. Why? I mean, I should. I mean,
yeah.
It's probably the best player, right? Him and Scooble, one of them, or both of them.
I mean, I think there's so much pitching. It's beautiful everywhere, which way you look. I mean, I'll play a guy like if you're going to play one of those bigger stacks and no one's going to, maybe try George Kirby out, see how that settles with you.
The answer is no. It is. I do not have Crochet. I have him in one of my big buy-ins. It's really interesting. I have him in my big buy-in, like my 250.
Mm-hmm.
My 250 is much chalkier than my 888. I will say that.
250 is chalkier than
for some reason.
Yeah. I think it makes sense.
It does. Yeah. Okay, you say so.
Yeah, because you're playing. Because you only have it's a 4 max and smaller field.
That's true.
So I think it makes sense.
All right, let me pull up the NBA here. What you can finish your last. Let me just see what I have. There was a couple of kind of standout values. I just wanted to point out to everybody. It's literally like extraordinarily easy to figure out too. Hold on. It is. Let's see. Not ownership. Okay, so you got two like Nero 7X guys. One is Jeremiah Fears, and the other is Leonard Miller. Those are the guys that are, and the third is Colin Sexton. Like those are the 6X plus guys that are just going to get crammed. Again, it's the NBA, so I can't see any reason not to.
Right.
But that's where the value is. These are like the worst teams in basketball. Utah. Chicago, dude, this is going to be an amazing game. Like Chicago against the Wizards. I mean, like, what is better than that? I mean, like, what's the total in that game? Like 400? I mean, nobody's going to stop anybody in that game.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that's probably accurate.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
If they're going to allow that game, they're going to sanction that game, so to speak.
Yeah.
Now, are they locked into everybody locked into their lottery picks yet or not yet?
No. Oh no, they won't know till they have to do the coins after the season.
What are they, well, right, but don't they do but it's based on
yeah, well, you get a different percentage of balls in the thing now. So like even the teams that don't make even the teams in the play-in that don't make the playoffs, they get they have like less than a 1% chance. Like the Mavericks last year.
Oh, right.
They were one of those teams. Wow, that's wild, this thing. Okay, so let's see. I'm just getting these last builds in here.
Yep.
Colorado, Rumfield. All right, let's do that.
And they finally got smart. But I didn't realize, that they they finally got wise. Like some of these sports books that like have these future bets. Now hear me out here. This is gonna be an interesting idea. Okay. The websites are known to give like terrible cash outs, right? For pretty much everything, right? And it's like a thing, just don't ever cash out, whatever it is. So I thought about this when So the Celtics, I have them not only to win the conference, but obviously I have them to make the playoffs at like minus 130. And that was, that they actually paid me on that. They didn't make me wait until, the end of the season, which is nice. Well, and the reason why it's nice also for them is that it's better for them to pay me that, because then I could just replow it into the system. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I could lose it back or do whatever.
Right.
And it made me think, like if instead of offering like these terrible prices on some of these like future bet cash outs, why don't they make it a little bit better to encourage people to, to then redeploy the money,
Yeah.
I wonder, I wonder how the math of it works. Like if you give somebody like like, let's say, they're gonna, you make a decision there, like 90% to win or whatever. Like instead of offering them like 70% on the money, offer them like 85 or 90, knowing that they're gonna probably lose it back. It's there's in some form, instead of like just holding on to the money and getting like 2% interest or whatever they're getting on it. I don't know.
Yeah.
That was one of the things that ACR did, like was really, really smart in poker that none of the big sites did. I was always wondering why they didn't do it. Like ACR, whenever you played a tournament on there and you min cashed, like even if the tournament's still going, they put the min cash money in your account. And then if you made more, obviously you made more. So this way you could then just enter more tournaments.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They were going to give it to you anyway. You know what
I
mean?
That makes sense.
Yeah. And I don't know if any other sites do that now, but that was but ACR was the first, at least I saw it do that.
Yeah, I remember that. I've kind of forgotten about it, but yeah, that's true. I'm stuck here.
It's like,
I don't have much time either, do I?
Freeze warning going on. Okay.
1, 3, 5, 6.
2
it's
minutes.
Weird to stack the Dodgers when nobody's playing them, because I keep trying to think who's going to be the lower owned, like in my head, and I'm like, oh, it doesn't even matter. It really doesn't matter.
So we're gonna throw this old school. I'm not exactly sure what I have, but yeah, I do have the Reds and the Brewers, right? Okay, Reds and the Brewers. Swap out.
Yep.
Do I have Turang? Is he playing at least, or is he sitting somewhere? He's not even playing, right?
I didn't see. I don't know why he didn't come across. No, he's out.
Yeah,
that's right.
He's hurt. Great. So not only do I have Brewers against Crochet in the cold, but I also don't have him. But it's okay because I have Sal Frelick, so that's good. And I have what's his name? I have this Lockridge. He's not terrible, right? 2,400.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see what happens.
And
the great thing is I can't late swap because it starts in 7 minutes.
Yeah.
It'll be all over soon.
Drake Baldwin. Jesus Christ. That guy's been killing the ball. Well, that's the other one I was looking at. Do I want to play a one-off lefty? I don't think so, but I think I have no choice. I'm stuck. I'm totally stuck.
So I wonder what James would recommend, because he always recommends, like, to some degree, like, stacking against at least one of the chalky pitchers.
Why do you need to?
I don't know. That was his model. That's what he was saying.
Yeah,
I'm just curious what his stuff would give me today.
So I ran it, and I was let me just rerun one more time.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I got it on golf. Let me go to baseball. All right, data load. Sorry. I remember there was something very funny. Wait, no, this is golf. This is still golf. Come on. Data load. Oh, there we go. All right. Data load. Projections. I remember it's got some crazy takes in the golf. I'll tell you that.
Oh, yeah, I know. I bet.
some of the 80% golf things, I'm okay. This is never going to happen.
Yeah, something like that.
I can't play 300 or 500 lineups with 80% of somebody in golf. I guess if you're going to, like you do with Scott.
Who's the painter at the golf stand this week?
I believe it was Fitzpatrick at like 85%.
Well, at least that's like a golfer. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, sure.
It's not like 72% like John Perry or somebody like that. Whatever.
Right. Hey, John Perry's good. All right. Let's see real quick. Sorry about this. Manage my portfolio. Download portfolio.
Here it is. It's the beginning. It's the beginning. We got T. Friedel. It's gonna get it going for the Reds.
Oh my God, the red stacks. All
Dude,
right,
is that K Hayes? Is that Cabrian Hayes?
Oh yeah, so yeah, for 1,000 lineups, Christopher Sanchez 98.9.
Let's go.
Keibert Ruiz as the catcher 94.5% for Washington.
I believe that I should probably opt to diversify just a tad off of that.
Yeah, but they do like the Cubs in general.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, it feels a little heavy.
A little bit heavy. All right, I guess I'm gonna get out of here. So listen, I'll try to poke my head in, but probably not. Good luck in the Masters. Good luck in everything. I expect to see I'll poke my head in, but I'll expect to see some kind of sweat from somebody.
Okay.
At some point. So that'll do it.
Sounds good, man.
All right. See you later.
All right.
Oh wait.